Hello everyone, I am Arbutus, and this is Outer Wilds. Welcome back to episode 3 of my blind playthrough of Outer Wilds, and we have been through a lot. You'll see that I'm sitting here at the intro screen simply because my last video I felt rushed. The sun seems to explode after a certain amount of time playing, and I don't want to push that limit. So you know what, I'm going to talk to you guys here for a second. Just wanted to say that I am kind of pre-recording these because I can't get enough of this game. So if I'm not responding to your comments and questions in each of these videos, hold up. Eventually we'll catch up to each other, I hope. Or I'll just play this whole game this week and, you'll get to see it all and have fun. I don't really want spoilers or anything, so that may not be the worst thing. You'll notice in my videos I usually try to avoid the long-winded intros, but in this case, simply because this is a timed game, I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys for just a second before I jumped into it. Just a heads up, I have been taking notes on this game so far. I've already filled up a whole page with the names of all the Nomai we've met so far: Coleus, Thatch, Felix and Privet, Cassava, Anana, Plume, Conoi, Pike, and Clary. And keeping track of all the explorers and the instruments, what we found on the bodies so far. So there's a lot to learn. Last time, as the sun was going supernova, we were reading about the aliens celebrating the construction of their warp travel technology, where they figured out how to go from, or between, more importantly, let's see, what was it called? So I said I was taking notes. Between Brittle Hollow and the White Hole. And what exactly that means, I'm not totally sure. It seems more and more clear that the Nomai have come from outer space, which means they had warp technology at some point. We've also seen notes of the likes of Anana and Coleus in their text saying things like, oh, we landed on the twins. And Anana, in fact, is the Nomai who first theorized rebuilding warp theory from that last note we found. But Clary was the one to finally test it, and I'm not sure if she's the one that got it working, but they were the one who were the first to go from the White Hole back to Brittle Hollow. I mean, the other, obvious themes that we've noticed so far is that the explorers, and in fact everyone from Timber Hearth, is named after types of rocks. We have the explorers Chert, Rybeck, Gabbro, and Feldspar. Meanwhile, the Nomai, if you don't know, are mostly named after plants. Some of them kind of give it away, things like Thatch, but all the other names, except for 2 in fact, relate to plants. There's Coleus, which is a type of ornamental plant. Felix and Privet are both kind of yard plants. Cassava is a food plant. Anana is another type of fruit. The only 2 that don't really relate to plants as far as I can tell, and I kind of know my plants, are Conoi and Poke. I'm not sure what they mean. I don't know if that has any significance, but that's just something I've been thinking about. Okay, that's 5 minutes into this, and I'll probably put a link in the comments to skip all this rambling. I just kind of wanted to put all my thoughts in one place and get everybody on the same page with what we're doing. Let's jump in. So, for this cycle through Outer Wilds, I am going to go back to the dark bramble seed that we found on our homeworld of Timber Hearth. When I was on Adelrock and looking back at Timber Hearth, I was hearing the harmonica music of Feldspar, the first explorer, the first Hearthian in space, and he's lost. None of the other Hearthians know where he is. But from Adelrock, there's that ship and that dang probe. That, I promise you, is coming up soon. I will be exploring that. When I was on the Adelrock and checked out with my spectroscope or whatever it is, looked back here, I was picking up harmonica music. That harmonica music was coming from the crater that we found up this way. Let's see, where was that crater? Let's just go up a little bit Get ourselves a look-see. It was to the north, right? Let's orient ourselves here. Alright. Try to not die. Yes, it was in this crater. And since I almost fell down this cliff right beneath me and died last time, I'm gonna come in with... Oh boy. We're gonna come in right into the crater here. Sorry, I had a brain fart as I was landing this bad boy. There we go. Cool. That should be much easier. We're right here. Last time I was here, I kind of forgot that I had access to this probe. And was waiting for this guy to call up Hal from the crater to come out here and search things when I can do it myself. Let's send this thing in. Launch scout. And we're gonna take some pictures. The scout is flying away. We're getting a duplicate signal. Whoa. That's very strange. Hey, hatchling, thought you were taking that tin can of yours into space today. What are you still doing here? Mia saw... Yeah. We've talked about all this. I do think it's extraterrestrial. I do think he comes from Dark Bramble. Don't want to set anybody to hacking up a potentially dangerous plant without a better idea of what's lurking inside there. Tuff can help me haul out the old scout launcher over here. I'm not going to blindly stick my hands in. Cool. So, I did just try that. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. This is how you take pictures. I wasn't sure how you took pictures just with yourself, but it's with this thing. And we'll go back to launch mode. And we launch it, and let's take some pictures. Yeah, this looks like what we've seen of Dark Bramble from the map. It's heading through there. I'm just taking pictures as fast as I can. And then it falls through. Is the signal still changing? Got a duplicate signal. The scout is 12 kilometers out. No, it came to rest somewhere. Came to rest somewhere in Dark Bramble, I would imagine. Because we're getting a signal from two places. Let's see. Yeah, this sure looks like Dark Bramble, and it's just stuck somewhere. Alright, we'll bring the probe back. Blasted seed did a lot of damage when it crashed. I like this crater. Need something from me? I threw a little scout into the seed. You did you? And you're telling me it's bigger on the inside than on the outside? This is going to be a chore to chop up, and no mistake. Can we even remove a seed that doesn't have the decency to stay the same size all the way through? Maybe I'd better grab an extra axe or three, just in case. Yeah, that might be risky. Let me try one more thing. I'm going to launch a scout. I'm going to take a rear snapshot. Okay. I was hoping to get a shot of the portal there. And that may have been some of what we got. But not much to be learned. Although it seems I did progress his dialogue a little bit, which is gotta be good. And we've wasted some of our time this cycle, unfortunately. But let's take a quick look at the ship's log. White Hole Station and the Northern Glacier. Good. Yeah, check it out. We did get this. And when I launched my scout into the seed that crashed on Timber Hearth, it ends up somewhere in Dark Bramble. Alright, that's exactly what I was expecting. Looking for the Eye of the Universe. Yep, we've seen this one. There's a door to the observatory on the surface, but it's broken. Yeah, we still have a lot to figure out about that southern observatory. What more do we have about the Northern Glacier? The North Pole of Brittle Hollow is covered in snow and ice. There's a uniquely shaped Nomai ruin on the surface. The Nomai were able to warp here from the White Hole Station. This is where they first recreated warp technology. There's more to explore here. In the White Hole Station, every Nomai warp tower is tuned to a specific astral body. To use a tower, stand on the warp platform and wait until the tower aligns with its corresponding astral body. Yeah. there's more to explore there as well. No shit. So you know what? Let's get out of here. And let's check out the Nomai ruins here on Timber Hearth, because I forget where it was, but I saw some writing about it. Oh, where we learned about the signal scope. One of the directions was to these geyser mountains, which are certainly a thing. Those are some geysers, for sure. And another one was pointing towards some Nomai ruins here on Timber Hearth herself. So let's see what we can see. There's the observatory and the crater we're all familiar with. This one over here we have not explored yet. I'm gonna wait. I want to find those ruins. Aha, there we go. And you know what? I also saw from Adol Rock that one of these big mountains had a hole in it. Like, there's some Nomai construction here. There's our satellite zipping right over. That's how I saw this hole the first time. And I mean, how tricky do I think I can get with landing here? Let's try to not die. The changing orientation always throws me up. Throws me up, what the hell? Alright, let's go. We're going to land inside this geyser if we can. We're going to take her in real easy. And I see Nomai architecture down this way. I don't think I could jump into this. Will the ship fit? We're gonna go down real easy, like real slide on in there, just real saucy like. Cool. We're in. Let's get out of here and see what we can see. Got our suit on just in case, although this is Timber Hearth and is probably fine. Here's the door. This was the way leading to the other ruins. Mining site 2B. Interesting. So they're mining on the hearth. Sliding that unlocks this door. Very cool. Wow, big old cavern here. And look at this. Some Nomai bones. Let's see, we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 known Nomai. We have one skeleton in the observatory. There's one here. I also found one at the teleporter on Brittle Hollow, the North Pole teleportation station. So I wonder if we'll find the bodies of all of our Nomai friends. There's some sort of device here that moves you through this whole cavern. It looks like we can safely jump down here. We can fire some retro boosters. Try to keep ourselves alive. Fire them. Okay, we're fine. I'm afraid of fall damage in this game, I'll be totally honest with you. So what is... weird. Is this perfectly kind of... kind of reminds me of the Twins, that planet. So let's see if I can get caught up in this. Okay, cool. And where in the world does this take me? So you guys are seeing some of my gameplay style. A lot of times I just have to kind of let things wash over me. You know, like I just need more information about this world. And this is the best way that I know to get it, which is just to explore. This is all new stuff. Tough to say where exactly in the planet I am. More Nomai bones. So I landed over that way. I think I came down and then came up. So almost at like 90 degrees to where my ship was. We're pretty deep in the planet here. Looks like they may have been mining this star rock. This mine is 2B after all, or this is mine 2B. We know this is a new Nomai. I'm still amazed by how much ore the Ash Twin project requires. Psycad, isn't this the ore for the remaining towers being built on Ash Twin? The completed towers I've seen are quite large. We know, no, the material for those towers is all being taken from Ash Twin. The ore we're mining here will be used to craft an immensely thick protective shell that will physically seal off the Ash Twin's core. Coleus jumps in. I'm relieved by our clan's decision to use Timber Hearth's ore only for constructing the shell. If eventually life on this planet were to evolve to the point of advanced metallurgy, I'm confident we won't have destroyed their ability to create. Psycad says, if they're sealing off all entrances, I hope they planned accordingly. Psycad's a jokester. We know, I thought you had forbidden your apprentice from making puns, Coleus. Coleus responds, how else would he improve? I like these guys. So, I don't off the top of my head know about Owino as far as being a plant reference, but Psycad definitely is. They are one of our more ancient plant families, which are worth a look up, actually. They're super cool. They look like ferns, but are actually more closely related to pine trees. In fact, they have large cones that form, and they're one of the more slow-growing plants that we know of. Check out Psycads. They're cool. We've got more stuff in here. Interesting. I don't know what that design is. It doesn't look like Brittle Hollow. Oh, it's got to be Timber Hearth. It's got the crater, the rivers, the geyser, and the trees. And this looks like it's about the right shape for one of the teleportation slates that I found out on Brittle Hollow. Or no, out at the White Hole Tower. Yes, one of these projection stones, exactly. What does this do? Things rotate. Whoa, okay. Wow, that's very cool. I'm not quite ready to go yet. I'm afraid that's going to teleport me. What is this one? Is this the same freaking thing? This looks very similar. But what happens here? Ah, some more notes from Yarrow, another plant. My gratitude for the latest shipment, Owino. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for the final check, specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the core could lead to disaster. So, Owino and Yarrow. Owino's a miner for sure, but he's working with these other Nomai to create these projects. Once we finish the shell that seals off the core, we'll check to ensure that there are no longer any physical entrances. Raimi and I will be checking the interior and then exterior for cracks, our final safety check. So whatever they were sealing away at the core of the twins is serious business. Required a ton of mining to get done. And cannot be penetrated. That's something I'm sure we'll be coming back to later. But you know what? Man, I feel like for a YouTube walkthrough, I should try to keep myself on track, but dang, there's just so much to see, so much to kind of let wash over you. I have to put this in here and do it. Otherwise, I'm going to forget about it sometime and won't remember how to get back, and everything will be screwed. Oh Lord. It's these things. What does this mean? What is this? It's these masks. I think I've died 3 times. Is that right? I died in the first supernova. I fell into the sun. And I was destroyed by the second supernova. And each time I saw that mask, How many were there? I gotta see that one more time. How weird. It's literally freaked me out so bad. What is happening? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 8. Could this be the core? Could this be what's in the core of the twins? We used the same slate. We used the Ash Twin slate. As always, I don't know. God, this place is huge. Alright, this is back where we came in. This is the inscription I first read here. What all was this saying? Yes. Mining Timber Hearth, preserving the resources for the natives. That's our third Nomai statue down here. And, that's suicide. I'm not gonna jump off there. Is there a way out of this place? What happens if I get back in the jet stream here? No, it just bloops you right out. Okay, well, let's try jumping it. I can get some pretty good horizontal distance there. Let's try it. Whoop. Okay, we made it, we made it, we made it. Oh, and this is back to where we started. Okay, that was that hard jump. And this is where we went down. Cool. So, there's obviously another something down there, because we jumped right into this stream. There may in fact be something out this way too. There's a lot more to explore down here. Let me head up top. I'm gonna get myself out of this geyser. Actually, I'm going to explore over this way first. And then I'm going to get myself out of this geyser and check out the Nomai ruins on the surface. Oh, maybe I won't have to. Yes, this is the broken bridge. I saw this earlier. Or I saw this from orbit. Alright. That got me good and wet. So I saw that thing from orbit. I'm going to come around and check out the other side of that bridge. But it looks like the only way to do that... Is that Addle Rock? Yeah, that's Addle Rock up there. Is going to be to fly there. Let's check this really quick, because we added the Nomai mines and the Ash Twin project, which we were just reading about. The Nomai mined ore from the site to craft a protective shell designed to physically seal off the core of the Ash Twin. Excuse me. Once the shell was finished, the Nomai checked to ensure there were no longer any physical entrances. The core of Ash Twin was physically sealed off by an immensely thick protective shell. Okay. So there's something to explore on Ash Twin as well. Southern Observatory. Boy. We got a lot to explore there as well. Brittle Hollow is definitely going to be our main target. I'm just kind of thinking I'm going to spend this cycle here on the homeworld of Timber Hearth, just because there's stuff to explore here. What do you want from me? What the heck do you want from me? I just want to explore, man. Where are those ruins? Stay airborne, don't forget about that. Come in too hot on many a world. Here we are. We're gonna go ahead and set down right here on the far side of these ruins. Thusly. And we're gonna go ahead and get on out. Sun is still looking fairly reasonable. There's our satellite zipping past. I love that. For some reason, that's so cool. And here we are at the ruins. There seems to be something active here, and this really reminds me of the teleporter we found at the White Hole Tower. It looks a lot like a teleporter of some kind, but perhaps... Oh, would you look at that? We got anything here? Huh. Look at this pattern. Wow. That's very cool. It looks almost molecular. Anyway, let's get in here. And I'm just going to throw myself onto this teleporter. I've got my spacesuit on. I'm just going to jump right on here and see if we can see anything. Now, these teleporters may only be receivers, so it's tough to say what's going to happen. As far as I know, that teleport is only a one-way thing, and we may be standing around waiting for a while for this to come into alignment with the White Hole Station, because this thing is rotating a lot slower. If only I could get some kind of information out of this thing. On Brittle Hollow, that there was something very much like that seemed to hold test results and notes and stuff on the teleporter, but not here on Timber Hearth. Yeah, screw it. Let's go exploring, right? Every time I keep thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to jump off this thing. That's the whole point. Jump off this stuff. Find things like this. A giant redwood with a hole in it. And a bunch of smaller ones. I think we're going to be losing the sun here soon. But what else can we see down here? Ghost matter. Let's see, we can go into photo mode. There, over this way. Okay. Well, we won't go that way. That ghost matter itself is a bit of a mystery, is it not? I wonder what's up with that. Take a picture of this. Yep. Definitely quite a bit of ghost matter here on Timber Hearth. Is it safe in this? Yes, we should be able to ascend our way out of here. And where was this other patch of ghost matter? Another level up. It's looking very dark. It's looking very dark, and there was a blue flash. Goodbye, my friends. It's the end of another universe. We rack up another death. The Nomai watching my every move in reverse, seeing me explore their minds, seeing me explore whatever the hell what that tablet was showing me. My brief exploration of Dark Bramble. And we're back. Well, I gotta say, I don't think I figured out as much as I did on this one. I actually got to add a few Nomai. I kind of thought I might have had them all, but we've added two. One of which is another plant name, just for the fun of that. We learned a little something about the Hourglass Twins, including getting a rumor sending us there. So that will be another place to check out in another episode. Let's see, next time I'm going back to Brittle Hollow. There's a lot left unexplored there. Next time we're going to Brittle Hollow. I'll see you then.